Hi, I'm John Lovitz, and you're watching Couldn't Help But Notice, starring Brett Riley, on the John Lovitz Comedy Network.
This man may talk like an idiot and look like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot.
Brett Riley.
And for the man you all came to see, put it together for Brett Riley.
Brett Riley. Yeah. Yeah. Taj Mahal. Welcome to Couldn't Help But Notice. I'm your host, Brett Riley. My guest, coming back for the second time, which I'm happy to have, is my buddy Raj Sharma.
Hi, how is everybody doing?
Yeah. So Raj is here.
We're live from the Taj Mahal.
Live from the Taj Mahal, which it's beautiful here.
it's a little warm. I don't know why I'm wearing a hoodie.
I know.
In India.
It's extremely hot.
In India in March. I don't know why.
Yeah. Let's just jump right into it. We watched the UFC fights,
Yes.
and Dan Henderson has a cinder block for a forehead.
Yes. I've always wanted to get into UFC.
Yeah.
And thankfully for you, the fights that we watched last week.
Yeah.
At Champs.
Mm-hmm.
And now watching them on your DVR,
Yeah.
I love it.
It's great.
I just realized.
You really thought Henderson was going to lose. You were like, he's
Well,
getting
when
pummeled.
he got rocked the first time.
I was like, I didn't know that you could pistol whip.
When he got rocked the first time, I was like, well, this is
over.
this is finished pretty quick.
His parents named him Shogun? It's like his brother is Ninja.
I met the Indian guys in Houston.
Okay.
They used to work at this restaurant, and there were Lenin and Stalin. Because
Indian guys.
Yeah, their dad, because they're still in India where we're at right now.
Yeah.
They're still like a small, but they never win anything. But there's like still a small communist party.
Really?
Yeah, and so
They never win anything.
They don't. They always. They're just too small, and everybody's like, communism sucks, so we're not gonna no. And so he was their dad was part of the Communist Party, and named both his sons Lenin and Stalin. So Shogun and Ninja sounds good to me. But yeah, when Dan Henderson broke that man's face, broke Shogun's face,
It was it was brutal.
yeah, and that's what made me realize, like, I don't want to ever get hit. Like,
No.
I don't. No, there's no. I can't walk into a ring knowing that that's about to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
What would your UFC name be? Because you gotta have
no,
a
because
nickname.
I'm just such a pussy. So it's just like, it would be like Raj Angel Whisper Sharma, like Raj
Brett Rambunctious Riley. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'd be like Puppy Snuggles.
Puppy Snuggles Sharma.
That's what it would be like. You would know when the lineup on the card got released, just who was going to win that fight.
Brett Tummy Sticks Riley. Too much ground and pound.
He's a grappler.
He's a grappler.
Yeah, because he just goes. I would just go straight to the ground. It's like when people were like,
I'd be the guy that like, ding. Sorry, I almost fell on the Taj Mahal.
I never could understand like when people are like, yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to fighting Mike Tyson.
Why? What happened to you and your?
How much? Like, I don't need that money that bad. Like,
No.
I remember ordering the fight years ago. We had everybody over at my parents' house.
Yeah.
Still living with my parents, going to junior college, and all my like college buddies came over with their folk. Like, we had this huge party, and we got the fight. Mm-hmm. And people were still at the bar, making drinks when it was over. Yeah. Like, it started, and they're like, I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. And it came back and like, it's done. I'm like, it's Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Like, that 90 seconds. That fight was over 90 seconds. And that man is not right till this day. Like, no. I can't, who did he fight?
Michael Spinks?
I think it was Michael Spinks.
Spinks was one of the worst.
Yeah.
Where he just got,
yeah.
It looked like Mike Tyson going through a friggin' Bounty paper towel.
and that would be it.
Yeah.
And I could never understand, like, so when the promoters called and like your agent calls you and goes, "Hey, I got a fight lined up for you." Who is it? Mike Tyson. Fuck you. like, why would I do
Not doing that.
Same thing with Dan, with Dan Henderson. Like, I know, like you told me about him. You're like, this man.
No,
is
what was
not-
funny was your comment when he came out and they're showing, you were like, "Oh, dude, Shogun's gonna win this." He was like, "That guy though has been hit in the face
a lot. Yeah.
He looks like he could bite a wall."
Because his face is so flat. he could bite the palm of your hand, like an open palm of your hand. He could bite it, and just yeah. So I never, but I really am like looking forward to watching more UFC.
More
stuff.
UFC fights, yeah.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, I love being on this side of it.
Oh yeah,
I would
watching.
never want to be.
I watched him live. When Tyler Bowe and I found out we were going to be dads.
Okay.
We were like, okay, we're going to treat ourselves, and our wives were like, yeah, you guys should.
Yeah.
So we went to Staples Center and watched the fights, and watching it live, I really was like, oh, he's not going to get up. He's not going to get up. Like I felt like such a, like other people are like, yeah, like
Yeah, I don't understand either. When people are like, beat him to death. I'm like, what? This isn't blood sport. Like,
Yeah,
like, one man enter.
Bring me his head!
Two men enter, one man leaves. Like, okay, it's a fight, but people get like, my brother is a big WWE fan. And,
what?
yeah, since he was a kid. Like, we grew up.
No,
so-
my dad would not let us watch wrestling. Like
Really?
fake wrestling. No, he wouldn't. He was like, "Well, I'm not going to let you." By the way, my dad didn't. My dad never had a Southern accent, but I don't
know why you do. Yeah, you.
I do that every once in a while. I'll be like, anyway, but no, my dad was like, "I'm not going to let you watch two oiled up fruitcakes fucking fake wrestle." He was like,
I would never.
I will get you. It will be a blood match with chairs.
"That's actually a comic." That dude, I didn't show up one night here.
Yeah.
That's play that again.
Hey guys. I will get you. It will be a blood match with chairs.
That's a comic that was hosting here and thought that I was doing him a disrespect because I didn't show up because I was booked somewhere else and I'd already canceled, but I was still left on the list. So he's like, Brett Riley, don't make a fool of me. Where are you? And then he said, it will be a blood match with chairs.
That I was like, first of all, I would never
So
tell.
good.
I would never tell wrestlers that it's fake
I
wrestling.
have the uncut version if you want that real quick.
All right.
Don't let me go white ghetto on your fucking ass. You make a fool of me, Brett Riley. I will get you. It will be a blood match with chairs.
It's so good. It's
Yeah.
so good. I love
But
that guy for
I
that.
had the
So
pleasure
good.
of meeting. One night I was at the Comedy Store, and my buddy Brian Callen was on stage, so
Yeah.
I went to go see him. And there's a guy behind me. I wasn't paying attention. Just sat down to watch Brian's set, and it was one of those things where you laugh and you hear somebody laugh the same thing you laugh, so you just turn around and go, "Yeah, we're laughing at the same thing, so we're both really smart." And I turn around and it's Roddy Piper, and we're the same height. And I will show you the picture at some point of me and him. Like at the end, he was like, I was like, "Can I get a picture?" Because I was like, "Oh my God, you're a fucking legend. I grew up watching you."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, we'll do a fist." And it is ridiculous. The size of his hands are like fucking canned hams. Like they're huge.
Really?
Huge. And his head is twice the size of mine. And I was fat at the time. Like so, like he, like unbelievable. And he's beat cancer like 3 times.
Wow.
Survived he survived a car accident that had he not been his size would have killed any other person. Like, so I was we're talking about wrestling, and then he's like, well, people say it's fake. There's elements of it, but there you go. And
Well, shout out.
like 15 to 20% of it hurts like hell. The rest of it is designed to keep you safe. But yeah, I mean, I would never. But anyway, my brother's a big WWE fan, and he would go, and we're not very close. We've talked about that. So he would be like, "Hey, you want to go? I got tickets for wrestling." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that could be like,
Something
that'd
we
be
do.
something we can do."
Right.
So I wasn't a fan of it, but we're from Dallas, so we grew up with the Sportatorium, the Von Erichs and the Freebirds and all that. So we would actually go to the Sportatorium and watch, like when it was first starting out. It was really cool to see. I mean, got to see like Ric Flair and like Dusty Rhodes. All these really, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, just cool stuff. And he kept following it, and I did not. So
my dad wouldn't allow it.
Yeah, that's so. My dad hates it.
No, my dad wouldn't allow it.
My brother still watches Monday Night Raw till this day.
My
My dad's like,
my dad was like, no, you aren't. No.
yeah,
You're not watching a couple of greased up fruitcakes pretend to fight. He
Yeah.
was like, no.
But there's people like it was you'll hear the weirdest things. The same with the UFC
The stuff
stuff.
that people say is
Yeah.
just like while they're watching a fight, like just
Yeah, the people. I was there one time, and there's a kid. Mm-hmm. So it's me, my brother, some kid, and his dad. And at one point, like, there's whatever move it is, but the guy's legs is this way, and the
Pile
guy's
driver?
crotch is from the ropes or whatever.
Pile driver, yeah.
And he goes, "Kiss it," and I was like, "Oh, what?"
Kiss it?
Because the dude's crotch was in his face, and so in front of his son, he yells, "Kiss it." And
Never
you should have
thought
seen
of his
like
dad the same way.
No, he didn't because I was like this. The kid had the same face I did, which was what? Like
Kiss
Yay.
Kiss what?
yeah. So like fans of fighting, like
No.
I don't get. Like I feel like I have concern. Like I'm like, oh man, don't hit him that hard. Like,
Come on, man.
just tap out. Just,
Well, that's
But when
also
he- when-
no,
but when-
the best was when we were watching and you go, they aren't supposed to be able to hit in the back of the head. Aren't they supposed to not hit in the back of the head?
I don't know. I don't know if there are any rules in UFC. Are there rules? I don't know if
There's no eye gouging. No.
Yeah, there are rules in UFC. I mean,
What
Can't
like
hit
what?
the nuts.
You can't hit the
Can't
okay.
hit in the nuts. You can't.
okay.
You can't grab the cage.
Oh.
You can't grab the shorts.
Okay.
You can't. No, you can't headbutt. They used to allow headbutting, which was really, really fucked up.
Well, then Dan Henderson
No,
would
no,
be
no. They're
unmatched.
Dead serious. There was a guy that used to just like pin guys, hold them down, and just bash their friggin' nose in with his forehead. And they were like, "Oh, we should rethink this. We forgot about Hammerhead Thompson."
Yeah, so
we
when-
did not take into account that Hammerhead Thompson's name is Hammerhead Thompson.
he was born without the ability to be concussed. So yeah, but when it went to round 3, and it was that one moment where Shogun threw I think it was a left, and Henderson with that right hand.
Jesus, though, it
broke
looked like
his
he
face.
did. He broke his face.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and the thing is, after having his face broken, he kept trying to fight for a second. Like,
Yeah.
that's the point where I'm like, okay, you got this. You clearly have this in the bag. And just
That's
laid
why
out-
I could never be in the UFC, is because like as soon as I got hit really hard, I would just go, "Ow! Ow! Ow! Ow!"
Or that is exactly right. Like I can't understand people that are like, what do you do?
get off me, you crazy son of a bitch!
I just don't
I
understand.
would be like, "Time out! He's got a boner."
Oh, that's just a cup.
He's sporting wood.
Is that a
Feel
cup?
it.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
cup.
hey, Phil, no, it's not a cup.
That's he's like, I ain't wearing a cup. Like you're like, oh.
Felt like a goddamn Pringles can rolling around on my tummy.
But I like after watching it, like there's two schools of thought, I guess. Like after watching it, I looked at it and went, wow, I would never do that. Like not ever. So I don't understand people's motivation when they go, man, this is so cool. I'm gonna start training for that. How do you train to get your face broke? Like
I don't know.
that has to be a
Roddy Piper actually talked about something like that with, because he used to do his podcast here and I used to
With
work
Steve?
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Steve Simone
Yeah.
and all that. He talked about one wrestler that was getting ready to do a boxing bout, not his that he did with Mr. T, but a different one.
Yeah.
And what the guy would do to prepare so he wouldn't get a concussion was he would lay down on the mat and let other wrestlers take turns kicking him in the jaw just to get himself used to the shock to the head that he was going to be getting so he wouldn't very as easily get concussed later on.
Right, and
See, then at that point that's when I'd turn into what's his name? The guy that has his own talk show, the No Spin Zone, where he's like, "We'll do it live. We'll do it live." Like, I'm not practicing. For
Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly. Yeah.
and when you heard that story, was your thought, oh, okay, that makes sense, or wow, that's fucking crazy?
That made sense to me.
Okay, that's
Because I used to do football and Greco-Roman wrestling in high school and stuff like that, and I understood what they were talking about with all
about
that.
letting guys kick you in the jaw.
Yeah, to prepare so you wouldn't get a concussion later on.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just go ahead and get the concussion out of the way.
I'm walking in concussed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk in just not knowing what day it is.
If I were going into a fight, I would be like, okay, what I want you to do, shoot this area up with Novocaine. Just let's go ahead and do that. Let's just Novocaine this area. I would walk into the fight like this, like drooling.
Brett Drooling Riley.
Brett Drooler Riley. I just walk in like.
And what you don't realize is that you need to be prepared for your brain to get rattled around inside of its skull to keep you from getting knocked out. No, being numb will protect you in no way from a knockout. You'll just go unconscious and not know what hit you.
Right.
I think I'd be okay with that. I'd be like, what happened?
I'd be like, wow. I'd be like, did I win? Did I win?
It's Thursday, Brett. The fight was on Saturday.
Oh, okay, guys. Hey, go ahead and shoot it up again. Let's do it.
You just woke up. You just woke up from the Saturday fight. It's Thursday.
I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, so I don't understand. Like, I admire.
I like milkshakes. That's why I want to be a fighter.
I like applesauce. That's why I admire like wrestling, you know, the WWE guys and the UFC guys and for just wanting to train to do that, because it's like, hey, I'm gonna wake up today. What do you have got, like, for a comic? Like, what do you have going on today? Well, I'm gonna do this podcast, and then Brett's got an audition, so I'm gonna take him down there, and then we'll go to Los Alamitos for a show.
Doing the gate.
Yeah.
The starting gate.
So,
tonight, which is gonna
as
be
opposed to like UFC guy, like, hey, what are you gonna do today? Oh, I'm gonna eat as much protein as I possibly can. I'm gonna go lift weights, and then I'm gonna have a few guys fight me for a few hours, and then
so I don't shatter my shin bone, I'm just gonna go ahead and kick the shit out of this wooden stick. Like, dude, that's the thing that killed me. Watching them train,
you've seen him
kicking. Oh yeah, kicking.
Oh, because Tyler does.
Well, Tyler's tough.
A fan?
He's a fan, but he's shown me like their training regimens and stuff. Like, they wear masks that's like basically a friggin' snorkel, and it cuts their oxygen. So it's the same as training at high altitude, because so they're training with a mask on that makes them have less oxygen, so they can get. Whew.
Yeah, I want as much oxygen as I can
Well, that's
get.
like training with the Denver Broncos, basically. That's like
Yeah.
mile high, the thinner air. Then when you actually are in a situation where you're fighting on in a lower altitude, there's more oxygen there. The oxygen's a little richer. Your blood will be a little richer with oxygen and more like susceptible to the energy you'll get from it.
Okay.
It's kind of like how in Vegas they pump those casinos full of pure oxygen to keep.
I
you
heard
awake in the air.
I heard that's false.
No, that's true.
Is it?
Because there's nothing wrong with it. They're pumping pure oxygen in. There's nothing harmful about it, except it energizes you. Whenever you ever see those situations where for some reason, like, or somebody comes out of a burning building, what they gave them the oxygen mask.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving them pure oxygen to, to clean out their blood and to help them out.
Okay.
To keep them from passing out. Basically,
Yeah.
they'll give them pure oxygen. Athletes, they'll do the same thing sometimes when they've been knocked out. They give them pure oxygen to help them out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought that was a rumor about the oxygen thing. I know that there's no clocks. I know that one. There's no clocks in casinos because they don't want you to know what time it is. So, but yeah. So I admire the shit out of that. Like, if you can wake up in the morning, like, 3, 5, or 6 guys are gonna pretty much fuck me up for a few hours, and then and then dinner.
I bruise like a banana. I'd just be like, okay, so you can hit me right here.
And then like the submission moves were like, and you got to give credit to, like, I'll give credit to the UFC guys are so cool. And like, Dan Henderson is the one who,
he's the one that
Shogun up off the ground.
Picked him up off the ground, yeah.
And it was like, is he okay? I'm like, you broke his face.
But also those guys, what really kills me is those guys are most of them, nothing's a 100% thing, but most of them are like the most respectful. Like, see, when the UFC got popular, I was like, well, great. Now we're going to have a bunch of psycho gorilla type dudes that are trained to murder people, and this is going to become a regular thing. But the truth is, because it's a discipline, they're actually extremely respectful. Most of them are extremely religious and like devout about things. And like after they fight, they're like so much respect to their opponent, and like they're hugging like the girl fights too, like when they beat the crap out of each other and then they hug and they're like, give it up for Susie. She's got such heart. And like Susie's like just like
actually Susie's heart has stopped beating because of what you did to her. She doesn't have so much heart.
Sorry, my babysitter is talking to me. Keep going.
Okay. Are they at the mall?
No, don't make fun of me. That's so not cool.
Oh.
I said the babysitter wanted to drive with my daughter today to go to the mall, and I was like, not really comfortable with anybody other than her mom and I having her in a car, just because like we've had car accidents.
I want
in
you
our
to
family.
keep looking at the face that he's making at you.
We've had accidents in our household,
which means you're not. They shouldn't. She shouldn't be riding with you like that. Like if you're the one who was at.
Yeah, between you and the babysitter, who has had the most deadly car accident?
Yes,
exactly.
The winner of that doesn't get to drive with the daughter.
Basically, what you're saying is, no, I'd rather my child die at my hand than your hand.
Yeah.
You guys are both hilarious.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like when you. Are you really texting on your own podcast?
Yeah, I'm giving her how much. I'm giving her how much breast milk to whole milk ratio.
Oh wow, that is. The baby's coming off the breast milk. So.
The baby, we're getting her transferred over to the regular milk.
Yeah, and the show was going so well.
It was, and then that happened.
And then you did that.
I know, but hey, you know what? It's my show, and the show's called Couldn't Help But Notice.
Yeah.
And the thing is I notice everything.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of awareness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is.
Are you aware that your babysitter has to go to your house and do the same thing repeatedly every time because you limit her options on doing anything that's not in the same way? Like she can't. Like she has to.
But
if
that's
you
how
want to go for a
babysitting
walk.
should
You
be.
can go here and you can go here.
That's how babysitting. Babysitting. And that's how babysitting should be.
Yeah. No, you'd be like.
It should be the same
Hey,
routine as what you do with mommy and daddy.
I'm thinking like I was thinking about going to the mall, getting some different stimuli for your daughter to have today. No.
Take her out of the hamster bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, my wife thinks that the playpen, anytime I put her in the playpen, it's like putting her in baby jail. I'm like, it's not. It's awesome in there.
She loves it.
She loves it. She hangs out. She reads
Plus, how old
books.
is your daughter again?
14 months.
She has no concept of freedom yet, so.
Yeah. So
It's
we're
not
gonna.
like she's traveled the world and she's like, God, now they've constricted me to this baby cage. She's
Travel
used to
the
being
world. She
stuck in a
can't go
dark
to the
hole.
mall.
She's being stuck in the dark womb of a human being. She has no idea
Yeah.
what the outside world really holds for her.
Yeah.
And those times will come, and it's fine,
Okay.
but not right now.
You're
Okay.
gonna be a terrible parent to teach
No,
your
I'm
kid
not.
to drive. No, to teach your kid to
Oh,
drive.
to teach her to drive? Yeah, I don't. I
the
was.
idea of her
I tried to
driving
teach
a
my wife
car?
how to drive
Oh.
a stick shift, and we quit after 20 minutes. I was like, "No, you're dangerous. You don't need to do this."
I'm fully convinced that you will come up with the technology for teleportation, so your daughter never has to drive.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where your brain will go.
probably.
She's getting close to 15. She want to start learning to drive. Better hit the books and learn how to.
Is Ryder loud enough with his positioning? Okay.
Yeah, I'm
I
good.
want to make sure that people can hear you. Let's go to another thing now that from the UFC fighting.
Yeah.
Because this, I think, was funny. I believe that hookers should have nicknames like UFC fighters. Like
Yes.
like it should be like Sapphire Danger Sex Jenkins, or like, and you're more than welcome to jump in with what would be some good nicknames like
Crystal Never Positive Watkins.
Never Positive Watkins. Crystal Never Positive.
Every no test has ever come back positive. We're good.
Sandra Dry Hand Jobs Jones.
Yeah, I think that shouldn't we all? I think everybody should have some sort of nickname. We should all have like
Everyone should have a nickname.
like because it goes UFC, like, it goes like fighter pilots and then like UFC fighters and then like the WWE. Like I think everybody should have.
Maybe I should have told my babysitter that I'm doing a podcast because she keeps trying to talk to me. I'm just like, okay.
I thought you told her.
I
yesterday.
did.
Yeah.
But she's a sweetheart.
She's just bored.
She's just like, I wanted to go to the mall, but somebody wouldn't let me. Yeah.
And then your daughter's thinking the same thing. Mm-hmm. So.
Did we hit the point of taking a break?
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we're already to the point of taking a break. You guys, stay tuned. Actually, what you're about to see is awesome. I got to jam with the band Super Naked. Get super naked with Jay Davis on Friday nights. And I'm going to be here every Friday night to do it because it's so much fun jamming with the band. And here's an example of what we do on Fridays.
We should all have like.
Everyone
We should have like.
should have
Who saw Brett Riley tonight? Didn't he fucking crush this room or what? You guys want to hear Brett Riley sing a song for realsy bops? Brett? Hey, there he is!
Hey! Thank you. Give it up for these guys. These guys are incredible. All right. Gravity. Whoa, I'm early, aren't I? Am I early? Can you guys give me a wave? I love this shit. Shit, is that okay at some point? Am I supposed to go back in? What do you want? Okay. Is this How can that be? Leave me with the light on. I just jumped all the way there. Leave me with the light on. I said, keep me with the light. Come on, keep me with the light. Now gravity affects obesity. And gravity, it affects those big old titties. How can that be? Twice as much ain't twice as good when your boobs are misunderstood. So pack 'em in, wear a grin, take it on the chin. This is fun as shit. We only have karaoke in Kansas. Oh, twice as much ain't twice as good, and can't sustain what one half could. This one and more is gonna send me to my knees. Gravity, stay the hell away from me. And gravity is taking better men than me. How can that be? Keep me where the light is. Come on, keep me where the light is. I hope I'm on key again. Come on, keep me where the light is. Come on, keep me where the light is. Give it up for Super Naked. Keep supporting Jay Davis, Super Naked. Lee Miles, thank you. Gentlemen, you guys are all incredible, and this made my night. Thank you. Come on, keep it where the light is. Serious, because I can't see in the dark. Keep it where the light is. I got nothing else. I really appreciate this. This has been amazing. I'm gonna get drunk now. Thank you. That was super cool. That's how you end it.
Brett
Yeah. Welcome back. Yeah, that was a cool experience, dude.
That was awesome.
Singing with the band. I I would love to be a singer, but like I was saying during the break,
Yeah.
I'm the Allen Iverson of life.
Yes. Didn't know.
That's why I do comedy.
Didn't know when to come in,
Because
didn't
you're
know.
like, you should maybe practice.
You should
guys-
probably rehearse.
You probably rehearse. That's why I do stand-up.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
But you
Practice.
have an incredible, and I tell people this all the time.
We
you have
talk
such-
about practice.
Yeah, you have an incredible voice, and
Yeah.
the ability to be able to do that, one should not squander.
I know, and that's how my mom feels about stuff. That is. That's actually, yeah. That's how older ladies get, like, dude, I've had older ladies get mad at me. Older ladies of all kinds have come up to me and be like, "You've been given a gift.
Yeah.
What are you doing?" And I'm just like, I don't like to rehearse. I don't like to rehearse.
I don't like to memorize.
I don't like
lines.
to memorize things. I don't like to practice.
Because the you know, when John Mayer, I'm sure, wrote Gravity, I'm sure there was emotion and feeling in it, and then you took the middle of the song and turned it into about big titties.
Well, Gravity is. It has effects on obesity.
Yeah. Yeah, it has effects on everything. I agree with you, but you know, when you can sing like that, you should.
Well, that's been. Hey, that's the struggle, you know. Oh, I hated that guy so much the other night. They came up to me and called me Robin Thicke.
That was pretty funny
I
though.
wanted to punch that guy so bad, but he was bigger than me.
Yeah, but that's pretty funny though. I mean,
It's like
But
low hanging fruit.
low hanging fruit. It's actually pretty clever. I wouldn't have thought of it.
I know what I look like. That's why I went into comedy. When
Yeah.
Granddad told me I have a face for radio,
Yeah.
so
No, that's not true. You have sitcom.
I have sitcom dad face.
You do have sitcom dad face.
I do.
I have like every role I get is like either terrorist or doctor, so which is a really weird mix. Like,
Terrorist, doctor, or security guard that gets killed right away.
but, like I would like to be a doctor for terrorists. Like I would like to be both.
That could be the name of your next album. Doctor for Terrorists. Raj Sharma's new comedy hour.
My new comedy hour is going to be called Cowboys and Indian, because I grew up not here. I didn't grow up here. Well, I did for a little while. I lived here when I was.
You
real
lived in
young.
the Taj Mahal?
I lived in the Taj Mahal. Which you were asking what the Taj Mahal was. Most people don't know this. Do you know? Do you know what it is? And why it's there? Do you know what
Wait,
the
you're
Taj?
asking me what it is?
Yeah,
Did you
and
know
why,
what-
and why
was
it's
Was it
there?
a shrine from the whatever their version of an emperor is out there to his wife?
That's right. Look at
Yeah.
that. It's a headstone. They're both buried at the bottom. Like if you can look down.
And didn't he cut off the thumbs of the architects so that no one else could recreate it or create
That's-
anything close to it?
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. Which we came up with can you imagine like he said it best, like that's how you were repaid?
So that's how you get repaid for making something so awesome?
Yeah. It's like, thanks. And now I do this forever.
Now you drink water
That
like
was their version of the non-compete clause in the contract.
The non-compete clause. Oh, that's pretty fucking brilliant. Well,
That's
well
pretty
played.
good.
Yeah, so it's a shrine to.
you didn't reset the clocks, but I was just wondering. I am so in tune to just talking on my phone.
Yeah.
Talking about setting the clock.
Just fucking up the rhythm.
Just fucking up stuff.
Just fucking up the rhythm.
Allen Iverson of life.
That's right. That's right. And how did he fare?
Pretty good until retirement.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty good till that last few years.
Pretty good until that last check didn't clear. No,
What all did he lose? What all did he lose?
He lost a lot of
like,
stuff.
His
But that's-
house and
that's what we watched though the other night. Was we watched that documentary Broke.
Yeah, I didn't know. What was the statistic? Like
75%
yeah,
of
NBA players.
NBA players 5 years after
Retirement
are broke.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like all that money. Like
And I mean, and the statistics are close, but the NBA is the highest for some reason.
Yeah.
But the NFL's not far behind, and neither is
I mean,
baseball.
and I believe it. Like years ago, we were having some handiwork done, and you can go to the like. There's I don't know if you have them here. Do they have day labor places where you can go and?
Yeah, it's called Home Depot. It's LA.
Well, no, yeah. But there's also like like places in Dallas that like they'll like people that have different skill sets.
Yeah.
Can go and just sit there and wait. And if somebody's like, hey, I need somebody to, does anybody know how to put down tile? Like 3 hands will come up and you go, okay, perfect. I need. See, that's so wrong.
It's not really wrong. It's just accurate. Like you pull up. No, if you pull up to a Home Depot in a pickup truck,
Yeah.
guys will start trying to jump in the back of the truck
Okay.
to go do work, and you're like, no.
I'm not handy at all. So
No,
I've
not.
I've not.
I told my wife. She was like, I can't wait until we have our house and stuff. And I was like, that's fine, but just know,
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, here's
not
the
that
thing.
guy.
Like when I
I'm
say
not, even
not
mowing, I'm
handy-
not even mowing the lawn. I'm allergic to grass, like bad. I'm not even mowing the lawn. Don't you? Well, you won't get any enjoyment out of mowing your own lawn? No, there's no enjoyment in that. I don't want to do it.
It's not that I can't do it. Like if you're like, hey, can you fix this?
I mean,
I
yeah.
can. I just don't like to do it.
No, like
But
I can
there was
change
a guy-
I can change a tire. I can change my oil. I can do all that stuff.
But there was a guy that my parents were having some work done on the house, and there was a couple guys that came in, and there was this really tall. He was an older guy, black guy who was just really. I was like, "Good God, you're ripped," and he's like, he used to play for the Dallas Cowboys.
You used to play for the Cowboys.
Like in the 70s. He was like, yeah, I used to play. I can't remember his name, but he's like, yeah, I used to play. And he had his, like, in his back pocket, it was the saddest thing, but in his back pocket was a copy of an article
About him.
Of him, like it was in the Dallas Morning News, like him catching, like, a winning touchdown.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like, I won a Super Bowl? And I was like, oh, shit, okay. I was like, what happened to the rings? And he goes, I gave them to my son because I know I'd pawn him.
Yeah.
Because he was living in a $19 a night motel.
Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the other conversation that we had about the Taj Mahal thing. I was like, what? Like wealthy people, like really crazy, like, you know, like when we're talking about opulence, like we're talking about like people having so much money and still doing like dastardly deeds, like cutting the thumbs off of the guys that built the shrine for your wife.
Well, you know that
I would never. I
think
said in a past life I was a peasant.
yes. To which I will say, no, you weren't. In a past life, you were a very wealthy person who was a complete and utter asshole.
Bloody peasant!
And when you were on your deathbed, surrounded by nobody, because no one liked you, you had time to reflect, and you went, "Wow, I have done horrible things in my life, and I'm in my next life. I hope that I'm going to be the nicest person. I'll never ask questions of anyone. I'll never want for anything. I'll never desire to have more than just two jackets and a t-shirt. I will internalize all anxieties that I have and not, and just, I will just be,
I will just be, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why my name is B. I'm B. I'm Brett.
You're Brett Riley.
Yeah.
That's why it starts with a B.
Yeah.
That's why. It was just destined, because you're just
B.
That's it. You don't ask for anything, you don't want anything, you don't.
I don't want a lot. I just want to be happy.
Yeah.
Why does that trip people out so bad? Like, it really does trip people out. You know it because you've seen it.
Yeah. Well,
Why does that bug people so much? Like, it just, people don't understand. Like, I have 2 things that drive me. That's it. Comfort and happiness. That's it.
yeah.
That's it. There's
Okay.
nothing else.
So,
Comfort and happiness. And I have 3 goals. That's it. I had
Okay,
3
what-
goals.
what-
Three,
what-
I had 3 goals in life.
What are 3 goals?
Find the woman I could spend the rest of my life with.
okay.
Be a dad, and have a career where I don't have a boss. You're right. My wife, I
Yeah.
guess, is kind of the boss.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely. Yeah. She's the brains of the operation. That's clear.
Well, I mean, it's not that I'm. Okay, I'm smart, but
You know who says that?
I'm special!
you know who says that? Dumb people.
Dumb people go, no, I'm smart.
I'm smart. I know I'm right.
like, you can't fly. like, don't you tell me, you son of a bitch.
I'll go to the second story. I'll go to the second story.
What's the name of your slow character? Do you have a name for
Bert
it?
Turdley.
Bert Turdley?
Bert Turdley is my slow alter ego.
Because he just does not want. Oh, don't you tell me. I'm smarter than you think. One time, this person came up to me and they were like, hey, guess what? I'm going to hurt you. And I was like, well, you shouldn't. Because I'll crush all the jelly beans in my pocket if I fall down. And I wouldn't be able to share them with you.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
All right. And so he didn't hit you?
No.
He didn't.
Yeah, weirds people out. Nobody can be mean to it. No one.
No, you can't. You can't. I agree.
You really can't be mean to that character. People be like, all right, fucking weirdo. And, like, walk away.
Is that how you get out of fights?
Yeah, definitely.
Is by acting
full on.
Just acting slow?
Just going, hey, well, let's not do this. I bruise like a banana. Hey, guess what? I like banana. Do you want to go have one? Let's go get a peanut butter parfait. Peanut butter parfait.
I don't know why, but that word, that little string of words will make people go, oh, never mind.
Peanut butter parfait.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite character.
The character?
That's my favorite character. And then I think the other one is the people. That one?
Well, I've just been trying to find a way to make this part of my character. I'll tell you what, I'm lonelier than a Angus on a black Angus on a moonless night. Oh yeah. I'll just tell you, sometimes I think about the way people see the world, and I just jerk off into a fucking puddle of tears.
Like, just you can say anything with that in that voice, and it sounds regal.
Yeah, here's the other, like, or just older black dudes can say the coolest shit in the world. Like, it doesn't really have to make sense. I was doing a show in Long Beach.
Well, that definitely wasn't an older.
No.
That's beef. It's what's for dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But he goes, older gentleman with his wife, and I go, you guys are married, right? And he goes, that's right. I go, clearly it's been a long time. And he goes, yeah, man, we're slow and luxurious, not fast and furious. And I was like, I don't even know what the fuck that means. Like that, but that was the coolest shit I'd ever heard.
Shit.
Yeah, and I told him, I was like, I could never, because I would mess that up. I'd just walk up to a girl and be like, hey, I'm slow and furious. like what? You're
I'm mad as hell.
So if we ever have a movie with Bert Turdley, can we call it Slow Fury?
Slow Fury.
I'm so angry, and as soon as I figure out what it's about,
it's just an hour and a half movie of him trying to find out what has made him mad.
Some heads are gonna roll.
Slow Fury.
So,
starring Bert Turdley.
Brett Riley as Bert Turdley.
Hello.
Like this.
Yeah, it's like it'll be our what was that, Bucky
Larson.
Bucky Larson. Like you're the new Bucky Larson. You're Bert Turdley in Slow Fury, and then Slow Fury 2, and then it's like the Fast and the Furious.
And everyone will just like they're interchangeable with all Steven Seagal's films.
Yes. Yeah. Is Steven Seagal still?
He's still around.
I was watching. I don't know why I was watching this. I was flipping channel. This is years ago, and tell me if you remember this or if you know this at all. He was playing like the guitar in like some Spanish band. Like I was flipping channels, and I just saw.
No, that's Esteban, and that's
no.
That's an infomercial.
No. I was flipping channels, and I just it's before like you had it's years ago. Like I didn't bring up the guide. I was just flipping because I knew where I wanted to go.
Okay.
And I just was going past, and I was like, "Is that Steven fucking Seagal with a guitar?" And it was some Mexican lady singing, and he's just like in the back, and it legitimately was Steven Seagal.
He also had his own reality show where somebody made him a sheriff.
The Lawman.
Yeah, the Lawman.
Yeah, and what happened with that? Because there was something that was brought up, like he wasn't really, like he was a volunteer, like he wasn't.
He was an honorary sheriff, meaning like
you
get an honorary degree from a college if you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
Or it's like, yeah, you honorary,
That's the only way. By the way,
an honorary badge, or you're the honorary mayor of Hollywood. And I don't know what happened. It seemed like the way the show seemed, it was like he really took it to mean like, hey, now I can go practice the law in Louisiana. It's like, No.
No,
No, you
can't.
can't.
That's why that show ended, right? Because they were like, you have no authority here whatsoever.
Right.
No, I think it's because he wiped out their entire budget on the catering because he couldn't stop eating everything they put in front of him.
Yeah, he did get big. He
Yeah.
did get big. And it's all every Steven Seagal movie has. It's always like under. There's always two words: under siege. What is it?
Dangerous ground.
Yeah, it's always like 2 words, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it has to be
Essex sounding
hard to
words.
kill.
Hard to kill.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's why it has to be Slow Fury.
Slow Fury.
With Bert Turley, who's also the honorary mayor of L.A.
By the way, that's the only way I'm getting my degree.
So by being
if somebody gives me an honorary doctorate or something. What would I get one in, though?
You get one in being nice.
I'll give you a no.
yeah, what would it be?
I don't even know.
General studies.
General. Liberal arts. The only celebrity to get a
Lunch.
doctorate in liberal arts.
General. I always love
Why
that.
don't they call that degree fucking around? Like,
Yeah.
Why don't they call a liberal arts degree like too pussy to tell my parents I didn't want to go to college? Like,
Oh, yeah, or couldn't be a doctor.
couldn't be a doctor.
Yeah. General studies was always
License to drink.
Because at my college, like you could get a general studies degree.
Yeah.
I'm like, and what?
What are you gonna do with
Tell
that?
tell that to people in other countries. What was your degree in? General studies.
General studies, because basically it's a moratorium. So I could have 4 more years of drinking and not figuring out what I'm supposed to do.
In other countries, they decide what they're going to do by high school age.
Yeah.
By the time they're going into what's considered high school, they have specific high schools designed for this is what you're going to start studying before you go to university. And
What do you think?
all that
Okay,
other crap.
which leads me to this. What do you think of what Bill Maher tweeted?
I didn't.
That he tweeted that the NCAA is the perfect example of everything that this country was built on, which is a bunch of white people making money off of highly skilled black people that aren't getting paid.
Yeah. I mean, I've always said
Or
this.
something. It was. By the way, I totally muddled that because it wasn't. That was not the exact words that he said. But basically,
you know,
he was saying the NCAA March Madness is absolute proof on what this country's built on is people making a lot of money off of unpaid black people.
Which is, I've said this before.
Yeah.
And I think we had a. Did we talk about this? Maybe
I'm sure we did.
I don't think that. Okay. They should get paid.
Yeah.
Because the universities are making millions of dollars in.
They're bringing in so much.
Yeah, millions and millions of dollars on TV time. Like, I mean, how much do we know? Like Notre Dame or USC? Like,
Oh, it's
how
unbelievable.
How much money they make per football season?
No, but it's unbelievable. Also, another thing that I put up yesterday on social media was because Paul Ryan is who's budget chairman.
Yeah.
Is going around doing a speaking tour, and everywhere he's met, people are going, "Will you please stop saying inner city and just say black people?" Just
Douche.
You know, because I mean, here's the thing. Like, the truth is like anyone that believes that public works and welfare should be cut for our country to be more fiscally sound is delusional.
Right.
Because bottom line, it is what it is. This is reality.
Yeah.
If everyone that makes money in the United States, makes their money in the United States, pays taxes on the money that they make in the United States, we're great.
Yeah.
We're great.
Yeah.
But the reason it'll never happen is it's too easy to convince dumb people to hate poor people. And an even easier proposition is convincing stupid, cowardly racists that everything inner city is what is threatening their way of life. And it's just sad because like people don't realize like the NFL doesn't pay taxes, the Bank of America didn't pay taxes, GE didn't pay taxes.
Here's and this
PGA Tour. I was just like the list of all the because that's the thing is like we have a system set up to where the smart and the privileged also are privileged to the knowledge of the loopholes.
Or they can hire people.
Or they can hire people that
Yeah, and I mean, when the whole financial collapse happened, I can't believe not one person was arrested for fraud.
Yeah,
Like,
for and what's funny is like people are like, it's all these people wanting entitlements and stuff and all this. But look, dude, one Bernie Madoff is like a couple of states worth of welfare and This
Yeah.
entitlement stuff. So it's just delusion. But it's
Do you
just
think
too
that
easy.
every time Bernie walked out of a room meeting with new investors, he walked out and went, "I just made off with your money." Sorry, I had to do it.
I know.
I had to do it. I'm sorry. That was low hanging
low-hanging fruit.
But going back to the high school, college,
Yeah.
athletics, my personal philosophy is they should get paid, but they can't. It should be in a trust fund that they can't touch until they complete their degree. So there's no getting out early to go to the draft.
Right.
Like, you have to finish your 4 years, get a degree in general studies or whatever.
Right.
And then at the end of it, they go, "Oh, here's what your cut was from the last
Right.
4 years of playing your ass off, injured,
Yeah.
tired, and still having to go to class."
Having to go to class, do all
and
this stuff, yeah.
and these guys are working part-time jobs, just trying to.
Exactly. And
You
I
know.
hate to say this because my Jayhawks lost.
They did. But also,
Wiggins didn't show up. Wiggins got four points.
Yeah.
When people say stuff to me like, "Do you think Joel Embiid and Wiggins are going to come back?" No, I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Why are you going to college? You're going to college so you can put yourself in a position where you can have a future.
Yeah.
You go to the NBA.
Right.
I don't even like this. The argument. No, it's just stupid because the NBA contracts are guaranteed.
No,
so
I
they
agree
could
with
go
you.
like Joel Embiid. Maybe his back's messed up.
Yeah.
Maybe Joel shows up and he's a Sam Bowie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Contract's still going to be significant. Like a contract, and the contracts now are so significant that you'll never have to work.
Right.
Just invest.
Just don't go broke 5 years after you
Just
retire.
invest and don't buy a Hummer with panda fur seats and a bamboo steering wheel and
I think that's illegal.
and a bald eagle shifter.
Now I want a bald eagle shifter.
I just want a bald eagle shifter.
I want the most illegal.
I just want the most illegal Hummer ever made. Okay? I want panda fur seats. I want baby seals looking at me.
You know what the fucked up part about it is? There's somebody out there that can go, just give me money, I'll make that.
Just make that happen with ivory tusks, for
I don't even
the friggin' windshield wipers. It's an ivory tusk windshield wiper thing.
You've really thought this out.
Oh yeah, I've thought of
extinct, endangered species.
all the endangered species. Get the new limited edition. Extremely limited edition, extinct animal Hummer. I got dodo birds back there. I don't even know why. I just wanted them at the top of the headrests. There are dickheads out there. They're like, I must have it.
Yeah.
I must have it now.
Yeah.
I'm glad Angela's crying.
Angela's done. I'm sorry, you're guilty over the dodo birds back there for no
Get dodo birds back there. No reason. I just wanted them on the top of the headrest. So my friends would get in and go, what the fuck is that? It's a fucking dodo bird, you dumb son of a bitch. I'd never seen one. That's right, and you never will again. Because they're extinct. What's funny is all the false outrage.
And don't pull the screen, don't pull that glass back. There's a jaguar in there.
A jigger.
Jigger is in there.
And what's funny is all the false outrage and shit on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
Could you not show how insignificant? That's such a sign of how insignificant our public feels. People really just don't have it. And that's what kills me is people don't truly feel like they have any significance. And it's proven on social media with people this false outrage. You really don't think we can do something about this shit? We can do something about this shit.
Yeah.
Like people posting those pictures of the white families over in Africa and shit, posing over the fucking giraffe that they shot and shit. Yeah. These people are sick. If you know them, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're gonna come back to their communities and then people are gonna come over and you're gonna sit at their house at the cocktail party and go, Is that a giraffe rug? That's fucking really nice. Where'd you guys get that? Oh, we let Ashley shoot it last year.
It was her graduation present.
Should have been there. They put him in a pen so we didn't have to actually go anywhere or run. And then we just shot that little fucker. That's a big fucker. That's why that rug takes up half the foyer. Foyer number 3.
It's in the East Wing. You have to see it.
Oh my God.
I'm
not scared of poor people. I'm scared of rich people. I'm not scared of the guy. I'm not scared. Well, I'm not scared of poor people. I'm scared of rich people.
Well, rich
what'd you
people
say yes to?
Because we've talked about that.
Really, like the super uber wealthy, like the opulent motherfuckers that are like, they scares me. I'm not scared of the guy that's walking around talking to himself, going, I just want to get $1 so I can get Baskin Robbins. Like, I'm not scared of that guy.
I'm scared of that guy.
I'm scared of the guy that's looking at me straight faced, saying, "Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm worth 200 million, but how cool is it going to be when I'm worth 400 million?" I'm like,
but that's
what
the thing.
Fuck do you need?
But it's not about a need. It's not about that. It's one of those things that it doesn't stop. It's like
no, it doesn't
stop.
Once money, you have money and once you have influence and power,
not even influence and power. Once you have money, that will allow you to create more money. So you can you can even be going into it with the most noble of intentions. Like, I'm going to start this charity.
Exactly, and you're absolutely right. You know what? You're absolutely right, because I saw people recently on social media trying to get to basically throw some shade at Bill Gates and his wife.
Right.
Because all their foundations, but then they track the money back, and some of the money is like in the prison industrial complex. It's in.
Oh, I mean, there's certain charities that you can look up online that 96 cents of every dollar you give goes to the
CEOs.
Yes, just to run it, and 4 cents is actually going
to what you're wanting it to go to. Yeah,
right.
Like the guy Goodwill. People think, oh, I'm giving it to a good cause. No, you're not. The guy is just a guy that came up with Goodwill to figure out a way for people to give their shit that they don't use anymore to him to resell at maybe next to nothing prices or whatever, but he's still raking it in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know. People don't want to think,
the people that scare me, besides the guy going, Baskin Robbins, I'm scared of that guy's going to pull out a knife and go, oh, he's Baskin Robbins, and then he's going to kill me. Are the people that can look you straight in the face and go, if you vote for me, I'm going to fix all of this, knowing full on that they're fucking lying to you.
Yeah.
Like, that scares the shit out of me. Like, just tell me, like,
Well, that's every one of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's
just true. You don't get in. Like, the cool kids don't get into politics.
Yeah.
No, like, the coolest motherfucker is not want to be president. That dude wants to just live his life.
Yeah.
And make a difference and all this stuff. It's just crazy, like, the ideas that people get and stuff. And can you believe that this NFL player did this? Can you believe that this NBA... He's a dude.
Yeah.
It's a person.
Yeah.
It's not a...
Yeah.
There's no mystique.
If anybody ever says, can you believe this NBA person, just pull down a poster of Dennis Rodman and just go...
This guy went over to North Korea and sung Happy Birthday.
to a communist
dictator.
Killed his own uncle.
Yeah. That dude. He fed his uncle to fucking dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty.
Happy birthday to you.
That's what scares me. That's what, like...
well, we talked about everything we're scared of.
Yeah.
And we talked... What else? What all did we cover today?
UFC.
Hookers. Having nicknames.
Hookers having nicknames. Financial collapse. You singing with the band and not being...
We should have rehearsed.
Not having rehearsed.
Should have rehearsed.
Yeah. And now we just talked about politicians.
So we covered it.
All of it.
All of it.
It should be all of it with Brett Riley.
All of it with Brett Riley.
Every week.
But couldn't help but notice is what it is, because I have been trying to convince myself I'm not crazy for most of my life.
Oh, okay.
He's
a crazy person.
All the world's problems are not my problems, but I'm a comic because I can't help but notice them. And,
you crazy bastard.
Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Brett Riley. Look my buddy up, Raj Sharma, RAJSHARMA, and pick up his special because it's good.
Thank you. It's out on Amazon.
Look for it. Also, keep tuning in, guys. I'm going to keep having great guests like my friend Raj Sharma, and my name is Brett Riley. Thank you, guys. Later.